Heads are turning when the captain is clucking. Captain D's.
How can anyone love a cat more than a dog?
Because cats are adorable.
Debatable.
Did you get that GIF I sent you? Oh, the GIF? I definitely sent you a GIF.
What is the point of decaf coffee when you don't want to have the jitters? Then just don't drink coffee.
It's pronounced GIF.
I like window seats.
But if the window breaks, you get sucked out.
Hybrid, plug-in hybrid, EV, to each their own, electric. Get offers on select vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Get special offers on the 2023 ES350.
We do 6-2 all night. Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
One woman's pond in her backyard has been taken over by this alligator. Next at 6 o'clock, we tell you why DNR says their hands are tied to remove it. And from 13th Street to Green, up and down Broad, signs and construction cones line the streets. The number of new housing developments in and around the downtown area is really skyrocketing. Most of those projects are mixed use, which means more stores, restaurants, and other businesses can move into the same building. Arwell Rio explains these new developments are drawing in a younger crowd.
Driving downtown seems to have a different feel now, with new buildings popping up and old ones getting some attention.
In the 5 years has been tremendous growth, really, for Augusta. It seemed to be stagnant for a while, but now we're seeing a lot of insurgence and growth.
Jennifer Tinsley started her business, Field Botanicals, right off of Broad Street. To see so many new housing projects coming to the heart of Augusta is something they've waited for.
I think it's very important. Mixed-use development is very important to the vitality of a downtown community. So the more mixed use we have, it brings a lot of people walking on the streets, where a lot of people shopping and eating and going to events downtown. So it's just, you need housing as one of the components of a healthy downtown.
Some of the recent and current projects in the downtown area include a 155-unit Millhouse Station, the 136-unit apartment called the Augustin, the 86-unit Atticus, the Lamar Building, which is 76 units, and the 56-unit Marion Building.
You really start seeing a difference when you have people living downtown. You get that 24/7 feel.
Margaret Woodard with the Augusta Downtown Development Authority says there's been a big boom for housing.
Well, we're hovering at about a 96% occupancy rate, so the demand is there.
They're hoping these projects will draw a younger crowd, with AU right down the street and the cyber industry growing.
It's got all the ingredients for successful downtown living.
All while keeping Augusta unique and preserving its historic look.
We want to maintain our historic fabric in the downtown area because it draws visitors and other people who want to invest in downtown.
In Augusta, Will Rio on your side.
And we certainly love to see it. Also, love to see rain. We are tracking some of that in our southern counties, hopefully cooling us off across the area. Live look at Grovetown. You can see a pop-up shower out there. And Riley, you've been tracking the radar. Looks like a good bit of us could be in store for some of these pop-up showers.
Yeah, this is for tomorrow in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. New tonight, Burt County Sheriff Alfonso Williams is responding to an early warning call where a man died. The sheriff's office says Freddie Walker was experiencing a mental health episode. It happened on Bailey Road just after midnight. Deputies say Freddie Walker's family was trying to take him to a hospital. They say paramedics and deputies tried to assist Walker before he became combative. Deputies used a stun gun on him, and he later died. Here's what Sheriff Williams had to say.
We really want to stress that we really need help around the state, around the country with folks with mental health issues. Hearts and go out to the family. We want to just express our condolences, and we ask that you give us an opportunity to conduct a thorough sifting of the
A thorough and swift investigation. He also says they called in Columbia County Sheriff's Office, their force investigation team, to review how the officer used the stun guns. Their officers were wearing body cameras, and that footage will be released later. We also know the emergency budget meeting between commissioners and Sheriff Williams will happen Monday. This comes after Sheriff Williams requested that meeting to talk about his department's budget shortfall that's expected. Commissioners Art Lively and Evans Martin will be there, but due to scheduling conflicts, the rest will not be able to attend. This meeting's not open to the public, but we will follow up after to see what comes from it. A community partnership, including the district attorney, is using the arts to keep kids off the streets and involved in their communities. Take a look. Our Nick Veland talked with the group to learn how this program helps young people find new passions.
From the artwork behind me to singing, dancing, and taking photographs, the Jesse Norman School of Arts has a program where they're teaching kids these skills with hopes to get them out of the courtroom. A performance to cap off a long summer. In this big world, Richmond County District Attorney Jared Williams says the majority of time kids get into trouble from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. after school. Now Williams, the Jesse Norman School of Arts, and the Family Counseling Center of the CSRA came together to create the diversion from the arts program. The goal is to help kids who have been accused of committing a crime and get them back on the right track.
We do a really good job of reactive justice and getting convictions in the courtroom, but if we don't do the proactive piece, then we can never prevent that victim from being victimized. We can never prevent just the revolving door of criminality.
Stopping it before it's too late is where the artwork, singing, and dancing come in. 6 students in this group of singing and dancing kids have a criminal past. Now, in order to get them on the right path, they're in a program here learning new skills.
You know that they're getting something positive out of the experience. It's immediate gratification. You feel good about what you're doing. You feel good about the time that you're spending, and you think that, maybe I'm planting some seeds for the future.
For the 6 students graduating from the program, none of them have committed new offenses since the start, and now are getting an applause on the stage for their work. And Williams says he's going to continue this program with hopes to add even more down the line that goes beyond just art to keep kids out of trouble after school. In Augusta, Nick Veland, on your side.
And they are working towards solutions in the community. The Jesse Norman School says everyone who was a part of this program is allowed to stay in the school to further their education in the arts. An alligator in North Augusta has one woman scared to use her own backyard. She's called animal control, who called DNR, but no one's been able to remove the pesky gator from her backyard pond. Andre Dickerberg joins us live from the pond on Wynya Drive. So tell us, what is the issue here, Audrey?
Yeah, I'm actually outside of the pond right now where an alligator has made it its new home. Actually, if you look this way, you can see it swimming around. It's been doing this sporadically throughout the day, and the woman I spoke to today says it's been a very frustrating process to try and get it removed and that they're just concerned for their safety. What was once a peaceful backyard is now the complete opposite due to this.
It's an alligator.
An alligator has taken over the neighborhood backyard.
And I'm thinking to myself, being an older person that has physical handicaps, I don't want this thing chasing me.
Sally has lived in this home for almost her entire life.
This has been my property or my parents' property for over 60 years, and we've never had a gator in the pond.
So what do you do when this happens? They started with animal control.
When he saw the size of it, he's like, yeah, we can't relocate that.
Sally used a method that the DNR in Georgia also recommended.
It's between the top of the nostril and the top of the eye in inches, roughly translates to the length of the animal in feet.
Making the gator,
he could be anywhere between 6 and 10 feet long. Yeah, he's kind of big.
Then they called the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources and were referred to a contractor to have it removed, which can have a hefty price tag. After all of this, she was told,
you really can't do anything without a nuisance tag unless he chases somebody.
Which is coming in the mail and gives permission for removal. But until then,
it's made things difficult for several of the neighbors.
Both the South South Carolina and Georgia DNR both told me that because of the area that we live in, that if you see a body of water, you should expect to see an alligator in it. And if you do see one, to not approach it, leave it alone, and please do not feed it.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, thanks for breaking that down for us, Audrey. Today, Bamberg officials celebrated the grand opening of their brand new law enforcement center. It's dedicated to Ed Darnell, who served more than 40 years in the community. He's known as one of the longest serving sheriffs in the nation. Darnell's son and twin brother were also there for today's ceremony, and they say it's an honor. The Grovetown Back to School Bash kicked off about 10 minutes ago. Organizers are out there giving out free haircuts, shoes, school supplies, and so much more. So if you have time to head out, that event ends at 9 o'clock. It's over at Liberty Park in Grovetown, so plenty of time to get out there. Still to come, Give It Forward surprises one lucky lady turning 106 years old. Hear her surprise and see that celebration when we come back.
And we are keeping an eye on a few showers on our First Alert Radar Network and keeping those rain chances with us Saturday, but the heat will stay away until we get to Sunday. We'll have that full forecast coming up.
RV Company.
From helping parents look for school supplies to supporting others at risk of homelessness, our Taylor Martin stopped by the Salvation Army's monthly community event as they try to bridge the gap for those needing resources.
From homeless to housed.
We were able to house 135 now individuals. We've been able to take them from homelessness to homes.
It's the goal of the Salvation Army and multiple other organizations right here in Augusta. They're helping bring resources some people don't even know they need.
Can't get photo ID if you don't go to the right agency. If you don't have transportation, you can't get a job. And so what we have done very intentionally is brought the right agencies here as a wonderful stepping stone for the folks that are here.
Step by step, changing the way people view homelessness.
Every person is not a cookie cutter situation, and every human has a story.
Providing book bags, healthcare, clothes, free cell phones, and a multitude of other resources, all to help those facing homelessness. It's an effort, all in the name of community.
We're all together, all of these community resources, and I can say, hey, I have a patient, I have this need, can you help me with that?
And above all else, each resource takes away the complication of asking for help.
And if you have trouble with an application, or you have a question about what they do, this is the perfect place to come, get your your questions answered, and be able to eradicate all the misconceptions.
Reaching out to make a long-lasting connection, one person at a time.
This is one of those parts of know that we are actually real people.
In Augusta, Taylor Martin, on your side.
Really a one-stop shop they've created, and if you'd like to partner with the Salvation Army for this event, if you think you have resources that could help, they're trying to team up to find solutions, we're going to have contact information for you on our website. Starting today, you can watch the new Tubi movie filmed right here in Augusta, The Partridge Inn. It's just the most recent example of Augusta getting a part of the Georgia film industry pie. Our parent company, Great Television, also getting involved. They are building production studios called Assembly Atlanta. And tonight, we are taking a look at Georgia's major growth in the TV and film industry in a special called Why Georgia. You can catch that tonight at 7:30 on NBC 26.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
After years of climbing the ranks, Lakeside High School and University of Georgia alum Will Childers has gone from right down the road in Evans to playing minor league baseball for the Carolina Mudcats. Talk about this for a homecoming. Last month, in his second outing after being promoted, the Evans native had the chance to take the mound against his hometown team, the Augusta Green Jackets. Between dealing with multiple major injuries throughout his career and going undrafted, the process of getting to the minors didn't go as he originally planned, but when it was all said and done, he ended up signing with the Milwaukee Brewers, the team that once upon a time drafted his dad.
Growing up, my buddies, once I started kind of playing well, what team you want to get drafted by? I was kind of like the Braves, but I always said that the Brewers would be cool, so for it to work out the way it did was pretty awesome. Really wanted to hear my name called, but also understood I haven't really pitched in 3 years, 2 back-to-back elbow surgeries. The Brewers called, they sound really hopeful, and made a case that they believed in me, which I believe they do.
You can catch our full 20-minute interview with Will Childers on the WRDW News 12 YouTube page. Day 3 of Falcons training camp is in the books, and while the majority of the focus is on the Dirty Birds' young offensive weapons, a lot of people are talking about the big-name players they added this offseason to help out the defense. We'll hear from defensive captain Grady Jarrett on the spark these reinforcements are providing on News 12 tonight at 11.
All right, thanks for that, Dan. If you have any lake plans ahead of the Clarks Hill this weekend, should be great fishing weather tomorrow. Cloud cover, dropping pressure. Then the heat's on Sunday with high temps back into the mid-90s. We'll have another look at the forecast for you just after the break.